Now then, things that shocked me when I first moved here, let's do it. That things cost exactly what they say they cost. So if something says it's £1, then it's £1. At home, there's sales tax on everything, so it's £1.26. Which when you get up to your larger items, it adds up, you know what I'm saying? That you can drink at 18 here. And also, you can drink with your family when you're like 14. I was like, what? That you have to pay to park most places. I kind of thought it was well, you can pay if you want, but you don't really have to. No, they will send you a ticket and you have to really pay it. Well, I moved here 6 months pregnant, and when I had my baby, nobody sent me a bill. I had my baby for free. Oh my God. And if you're here to comment, but it's not really free, then just don't even bother, because it's just exhausting at this point. Go live in America and see what we pay, okay? Now then, we have interesting facts about the UK that would shock an American. Let's do it. You can get in your car on a train and go to a different country without getting in an airplane. You don't believe it? You can drive 10 miles up the road and people have a different accent. And don't even go 20, 30, 40, 50 miles. Completely different accent. It blows my mind. Shocking, but amazing as well. You can make the decision to quit school at 16. You don't have to stay until you're 18 and graduate from high school. It's all just different, isn't it? But yeah, you can leave school at 16 and decide you want to go into a different field. I think that's amazing. It takes longer on a plane to get from Georgia to California than it does to get from Georgia to the UK. Now then, we have things that stress me out about living in the UK. Let's do it. So number one, going to the grocery store, right? Or at the supermarket, as you would say. Why? Because there people bag your groceries for you. So as the lady's scanning, yeah, you're stood on the other side, just doing a whole lot of nothing, sending a text, whatever, while somebody down there bags it. But here you've got to you got to move. Do you know what I mean? Like, that sounds really lazy, but I get, honestly, and Aldi's out of the question. I love Aldi, but I can't. It's panic attacks. I can't do it. Secondly, driving. Oh, wow. Some of the roads are so small, and sometimes you just have to pull out and go like that and just kind of pray that nothing crashes. You just have to go for it. Ooh. And also, there are pedestrians and cyclists everywhere. Where I'm from, nobody on the roads except for cars. So I find driving really, really stressful. Ooh, I'm getting hot just talking about it. Otherwise, I love it here. Now then, someone's asked me to try Scottish tablet, to which I first said, no, I'm off tablets. I've been sober for 9 years. But come to find out, it's not that, it's this, okay? My lovely friend Patricia has sent me this from Scotland. Let's do it. It smells really buttery. Am I supposed to have it with something? Is it spread it on toast or have a cup of tea? I have no clue. That's a thumbs up, that. It's really, really sweet. I mean, unbelievably sweet. You don't need but a little bit, but it's really nice. It kind of has a toffee caramel flavor. I have no clue what it is. It's a thumbs up for me though. Love that. So this is something I didn't realize was a thing until I moved here, right? Barbecue smell envy. So I'm just walking the dog around the neighborhood right now, and like, we don't have the stuff for a barbecue, and it's too late in the game to like go get the stuff, which would never be a thing in the States, because like it would never be too late because there's so many grocery stores and the sun's always out. But if I went to any of the little Sainsbury's or the co-ops around here, there would be no baps, no sausages, no chicken. So now I'm just walking around with barbecue envy. It smells so good that I'm almost angry. Is that like a British thing? Now then, things you never want to say to a British person. Here we go. Just got back from a caravanning holiday. It was lovely. Yeah? It's about 10:30 in the morning. The milk's expired. Yeah? So I says to my husband, can't you just drink your tea without milk until the shop comes this afternoon? When I tell you, his facial expression just said the audacity. So, Vintic Co-op, I've got his bloody milk. Yeah, so like where I'm from, average meal time, 45 minutes, an hour. And the waitress actually, and I think part of it is because waitresses work so much off tips, so they make a very low hourly rate wage, and so their income is 90% tips. So it's that sort of get them in, get them out mentality, I think, for the money, which you kind of can't blame them, I suppose. But it is a bit weird, like when you're still eating and they bring your check, like they just bring your check and set it on the table, and like sometimes you wanted a dessert, and so they have to take it back. And my dad's actually had his plate cleared before and he wasn't done eating. So when I visited the States and they were rushing us in and out, like I was like, what is going on? Because I'm used to them being so chilled and laid back here. They don't really rush you out here. I don't think you guys would really stand for it. Things that would freak the Americans out about the UK part 2, let's do it. Staying at sporting events in the rain. Not gonna happen. Think not. One drop and we're off. A machine that both washes and dries your clothes in one machine. What kind of sorcery is that? Absolutely freaked me out when I moved here. Staying at a restaurant for a meal longer than 90 minutes. What? I moved here. I went with my family. We were out for 4 hours. 4-hour meal? The amount of days you get off work. Okay, I worked for a place for 4 years. I got 10 days off after the 4 years. That's after the 4 years, 10 days. Having to have a TV license. They wouldn't stand for it. Send them a bill for open heart surgery. Meh. But TV license, no chance. The fact that police officers don't carry guns, they would freak the hell out. Do you hear me? And I think it's amazing. Now then, we have things that would freak the Americans out about the UK. Let's do it. What y'all eat for breakfast? OMG. If they saw the mushrooms, the tomatoes, the baked beans, all of this, the full English, absolutely flip out. Okay? Next, the queues at McDonald's. I don't know about your McDonald's, but my McDonald's stays lit. And by lit, I mean on fire. People wrapped around the building. And y'all wait. Nah. The Americans would not wait in that queue. Do you hear me? They would not wait in that queue. They would drive 2 blocks down to the next McDonald's. Because that's how it is there. There's a McDonald's that's on every damn corner. 3, driving in the UK. No chance. Okay? The driving test and what you guys have to do to be able to legally drive here is amazing. You guys are all like NASCAR drivers. Literally, I took my test in a parking lot in the States. I've had a lot of people kind of say like, what is ranch for? What do you put it on? Well, everything. You know, it's the HP sauce of the US, to be fair. Especially the South, I think. I mean, it started out as a salad dressing, didn't it? And now it's just morphed into a sauce for everything. We dip it in pizza. We dip our fries in it. Obviously, chicken fingers. Chicken goulions, as you guys say. What else? Veggies, you know, like carrots, cucumber. That's my dipping finger. Tomatoes, broccoli, anything, you know, like that. All sorts. People make like ranch chicken and cook it. Put it on pasta. I mean, anything you can imagine. Seriously? Now then, favorite UK stores. What do we have up first? M&S. I mean, wow. Can we just give it up for their food? I mean, why even bother cooking a lasagna? Have you had the lasagna from there? Jesus. Now, I don't know if it's just because I'm American, but I'm obsessed with boots. Is that just an American thing, or is everybody obsessed with boots? I just browse around in there for ages. I just look at the makeup. The bigger the boots, the better as well. Sometimes you get those really big ones. Love it, absolutely love it. I'm looking at all sorts of vitamins that I don't need. I'm looking at nail polishes. I'm looking at all the number 7 stuff. I just bloody love boots, I don't know. As if I'm gonna leave out this little gem. No chance. I mean, absolutely adore it. What can you not get in there? Tell me right now, what can you not get in there? Exactly. I mean, anything from a candle, surgical kit, new roofing for your house. Literally, absolutely loving it. And they have lots of American sweets as well. Best comment of all time. Winner, chicken dinner. Mate, same. I think I have moments where I forget what country I'm in because I feel like this is illegal. Look. Is it legal to park on this side of the road? Like the same as oncoming traffic? as long as you're not on a double yellow or anything. Ooh! This is so illegal where I'm from. Is this legal? I can't remember. I know you would be questioning whether or not I should have a license, and to be quite honest, I am as well. Hang on, what is this? What is this now? No. What is that? I think not. This is my property. No chance. You're having an actual laugh. Like, they said it was gonna do it, but I didn't believe it. Now then, so you know how like in the States, the only way we say is like that? And you guys over here go like, so that would be peace. And then that would be, yeah? Like if you're driving. But is that right? Because we only have this one, which feels a bit dorky now that I know you guys have that one. That feels a bit, but is that the right? So sort of somebody pulls out in front of me, right? I mean, you shouldn't do this on the road. I'm not condoning this, kids. I'm just saying, if you need to use it, you need to use it. Is it sort of that? Or is it more of a scoop? I feel like it has more of a scoop with it. And does that mean the same thing as that? That just feels a bit wimpy now. I want to give it a good, is that it though? I don't know. Now then, so do you guys know that in America we don't have the big Easter eggs? I'd never seen Easter eggs like this, these big eggs. Until I moved here. We don't do them in America, or at least not in Georgia. But I don't think any of America does them. I'd never seen one. My husband bought me one. I was shocked. I could not believe it. I'd never seen a giant Easter egg like that. We don't do these. I'll show you what we have for Easter. So as a kid, this is what I always got, an Easter basket with some frilly stuff in it, some peeps, marshmallow things, always robin's egg, and it's like some little candy bunnies, but never those big eggs, like what you guys get. Can I still, do adults still do those for each other? Like, can I have an Easter egg? Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Bloody hell. Do you want to know something I think is like so weird? I was just thinking about it. Like before I moved here, like I only heard one accent, the British accent. I didn't hear like a northern accent or southern accent. Like Americans don't hear accents the same. Do you know what I mean? Like you just sound British, all sound British to us. Isn't that really weird? And then now that I've lived here, like people in Yorkshire sound totally different than people down south. People in Birmingham sound different. People in the Midlands sound different. My gosh, and then don't even get me started on, you know, my husband had to literally show me a map to convince me that Liverpool was not a different country. And Newcastle, I mean, so different. But do we all sound the same? Like to you lot, like do Americans all just sound the same? Or do we sound like Southern, and then you can tell the difference between California and Wisconsin? Or do we all just sound the fucking same? I don't know. So I rang my dad earlier, and I was like, yeah, we're having a really hot day in the UK. So this is our weather here. Yeah? Wait for it. And he's in Atlanta, and he says, oh, are you? It's really cool here today. My God, the weather here is amazing. Wow. I was just thinking, right, like we don't celebrate 18th birthdays at home. Like it's not a milestone birthday because you still can't legally drink until you're 21. Is that weird? Is that interesting? Like nobody has an 18th, and here it's like, oh, an 18th, happy 18th, you know. It's like we're like that for 21, and then I guess when you guys turn 21, nobody cares, right? It's not a milestone birthday. But do y'all think it's weird, like that we can't drink legally until we're 21? Like, could you imagine? Could you imagine me stood outside like Sainsbury's or whatever, like trying to see if an older person will like go in and get you some drink at age 20, like sitting outside in your minivan with your kid? So this is something I hadn't quite adjusted to yet. Just taking the dog for a walk. Look, dog's soaking wet. I'm soaked wet through. I've got mud all over the floor. Boots are caked in mud. It's a whole experience. We've only been out 10 minutes. It's a whole experience. I need to mop the floor, sweep, clean my boots, and dry the dog. I'll just for a 10-minute walk. Look at the state of me now. Bloody hell.
Things I find absolutely bonkers about American school. Americans, please duet this. I need answers. You guys start class at 7. Please tell me this is a joke.
8.
If it is true, are you guys okay? We start at 9, and you'll be lucky if after classes arrive by 10:30, bruv. Hall passes! Like, is that actually a thing? Is it that deep?
Had to have a hall pass
to
use the bathroom.
To be walking in the corridor. To be fair, I did get stopped one time. Yeah, the teacher asked me if I had a note. I just looked at her and said, "Don't be ridiculous, love," and kept it moving. Hey, this one. The Pledge of Allegiance.
Every morning, yeah.
What is that?
Hand over
Is
heart.
it actually like some kind of spell, witchcraft? Why do you stare at a flag and recite something?
Dunno.
I'm scared. Water fountains, are these actually a thing? And if so, aren't they a bit disgusting? Like, just
they are now.
Man lips in a tap. Nah, you're alright. What is your lot's obsession with clubs, bruv? Why is there clubs for everything? Theatre club,
I was in yearbook
swimming club, rock collecting club. Flipping hell, more clubs than a golf course.
Oh my god, why am I doing this? This is so embarrassing. Okay, things you thought before you moved here. Let's go. Raise your hand if you thought most people were like dukes or duchesses. Raise your hand if you thought a lot of people lived in castles. Raise your hand if you thought everybody was really posh and spoke like Mary Poppins. Raise your hand if you thought that England was the only country in the UK, you idiot. Raise your hand if you thought the UK schools looked like a scene from Harry Potter. Raise your hand if you thought everybody was super smart and like went to Cambridge. Raise your hand if you didn't know that England was in Europe. Fuck me. Raise your hand if you thought every city looked like London. Hang on now, I was calling it cordial. That's what I still say, cordial. But so many people corrected me on TikTok and said, no, it's not cordial, it's not cordial. So what is it? Is it squash or cordial? So when I first moved here, right, like my husband had to go to his great uncle's funeral. And he was gone for like 7 or 8 hours. And he came back completely wasted. And I had no idea that people like drank after funerals. And then like we went to a kid's birthday party. I mean, the kid was turning like 3. And they had the beer, the wine. I'm like, okay. And I'm an alcoholic, so I don't drink. I can't drink. And when we lived in the States together, I did kind of wonder, like, is this man an alcoholic as well? And then we moved over here, and I was just like, no, he's just British. He's just British. Nolan, so someone's asked me, how does it sound to an American when we say, where's the toilet? Yeah? Which actually, it does make sense. You know, we call it restroom, which you're not going for a rest, are you? Bathroom, usually not going for a bath. So the fact that you guys call it toilet, you go into the toilet. But what does it sound like to an American? It sounds like you're saying, where's that thing that you pee in? That's how it used to sound to me. I'm used to it now, and that's, you know, I say it a lot as well, but, or like, where's that thing that you poo in? That's how it sounds when you ask for that in America. Everybody on here moaning about how much they're not making on the creator fund. I'm sorry. I make enough to buy a meal deal every day. Baller. I'm shook right now. Had to walk to the pharmacy to pick up a script. No drive-through. The audacity, I know. But, and she asked me for my Christian name. I said, I'm so sorry I don't have one. I've never heard that in my life. And I'm from the Bible Belt South. Do you know what I mean? I said, I'm so sorry I don't have one. And she just looked at me like I was absolutely batshit crazy. And she said, is it Lisa? And I said, that's my first name. She said, oh yeah, that's your Christian name. And then we cracked on and I paid. What is that? What if I'd have been Muslim or something like that, or whatever? I don't understand. What does that even mean? Why she said Christian name? What is that? I didn't get it. Hello, my people. So after the Richmond sausage video, I started wondering, am I using the right products? I just use whatever my British husband's told me to buy. So let's have a look. Floral light butter. Yes or no? This is what, I don't know. Heinz beans. We eat a lot of beans in this house. I've always been told to buy these. Is this, yeah? Hovis white bread. Is that the best bread? HP brown sauce. Is there a difference in regular brown sauce and HP? It's not cheap, that. Yorkshire tea. He says this is the best tea. Is it? We only buy Cadbury's in this house. Is it the best chocolate? Dunno, you tell me. Waffers ready salted. We always buy Walker's Ready Salted. Is this the best Ready Salted chip? I don't know. Sorry, Chris. Oof, sorry. Isn't it weird that what we pay for our house here, we could have this house in my hometown? Look at that. And this is our house now, hang on. So there, like, we live in a piece of one of those. This isn't our exact house, but we'd have like neighbors on each side. That's called terrace house, isn't it? Yeah, but for what we pay for that little piece, we could have that big house in America. But I still don't want to go back, you know, because like, imagine you needed one of those. Now then, we're back with things I think would not work in America. First, we have squash. As you know, we don't have squash in America. I've talked about this before, nor do we have blackcurrant. But no, I just don't think that added step would do it for the Americans. Our juice is fully concentrated. You pour it in a glass and you're off. So I don't think they would do that additional step. Second, we have roundabouts. Now, they tried to put one in my hometown and it lasted about 6 months and there were about 58 crashes, so they just took it out and put the red light back in. Lastly, we have the MOT check. Now, I don't think that would fly with the Americans because it's very common to just drive around in a car in this state. Now, would that pass the MOT? I think not. Now, apparently some states have certain checks. Georgia is not one of them, or was not when I left, and this is a common way to get around.